Hello, my name is Robert Brooks, and in this video I'm going to discuss my Milestone II project delivery for the Assessment Fit mobile application that I have been building for the APD I class. This week, in Milestone 1, I was able to get a lot done that I was originally supposed to do in Milestone 2, so we were definitely ahead of schedule. As far as the implementation and kind of cleaning some things up, most of the time during the process of Milestone 2, I spent on really making the app display across multiple devices correctly, which is definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I'll take you through a little bit. Just have a still frame over here this is from an iPhone 5, and we're using an iPhone 6 simulator just to take you through and show you a little bit of the differences. There's that same page right next to each other. As you can tell, the elements are on the exact same part of the page as they are over here. However, there's things that have slid, there's things that have, through constraints, made them wider, pinned to the top. All those text fields had constraints have been added on them to make sure that they stay in the same place. You'll note that the boxes or the text views on this first on the iPhone 5 are definitely smaller than they are on the iPhone 6 because there's just so much more real estate. And it goes the same with the calculation buttons and the save assessment buttons and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and fill in a real quick. Fill in an assessment report. Let's see what day we get. Let's go back a week. Let's say the 12th. Alright, so it automatically fills in. We go down, we enter the weight. I'm going to say 235. My wrist is 15. My waist is 37, I believe. My hips, 37 too. My forearm is 15. Activity factor now, and this is just going through and seeing how we want to see how much activity that a person's doing in a day. There's sedentary, no fitness training, light fitness training, moderate, training 3 times a week, daily activity. Then we have very active daily fitness training, and finally the elite athlete. I would put myself as the elite athlete. So when we're done with this, and we've gotten all these we've made sure that all these are filled out, we want to go then to calculate body fat. And all those measurements that we had earlier calculated into 24% body fat. Now, if you want to save it to the SQL document and look at it later, you just hit click save, and an alert will tell you that the assessment has been successfully saved to your database. So pretty simple, but what the big thing I was looking at was how the differences are between these two things. You can definitely tell a major sizing difference between them. You look at the assessment date over here versus the assessment date over there. It's definitely a lot longer on the iPhone 6 than it is on the 5. And it displayed this way, similarly this way on the iPads as well. So that's a very good, we did a good job when it came to doing the constraints. So let me bring another one on here to show you exactly what the difference is. Once again, we're on the iPhone 5 here. We're on the iPhone 6 here. Not much of a difference. When we jump up to the iPad is when you really start seeing your differences. Same functions, they're laid out the exact same way, except some fields are longer to make sure that they go across the entire screen. For instance, the names are very similar. The weight is a lot longer than the ones on the phone. The wrist mark, all this, very very similar. I mean, it's almost identical, except for now on the iPad you have a lot of leftover space. But other than the leftover space, I think I am very happy with with the implementation of this milestone. There's a lot of things that people can do very quickly and eventually be able to send information. So going back to the application that we're actually looking at this week, this is the milestone. I've entered all my information in, calculated the body fat again, saved the assessment, back out I go, back in, right into our main page here. We can either go to do a new assessment if you need to enter another one, or we can look at our progress report. And these are just me playing around on there. First progress report, let's say 123 2015. These were my assessment results for that. Body fat 24. I got to do something about that. This button right here, the share button, is there, but it has not been implemented yet. By the end of this project, that button will allow a user to quickly share their assessment results with either their clients or with their friends, whoever it may be. But that's going to be a really cool feature, and it's about half developed now, and it is definitely going to go live next week by the end of the project. Um, Other than that, everything went very smoothly. As far as the picture being resized, that was tough on a couple things, especially on the, let me show you here, on the detail view. If you go here, yeah. Having it the size here versus the size on the iPad 5, where this was starting to creep up a little bit towards that share assessment button. But I think it worked out all pretty well. I'm very happy with the direction that this project is going, and I really look forward to next week and having a final finished product. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone is doing well with this assignment. Look for you next week. Bye bye.